Jesse Ernst, Teddy Wynn, am I saying that right? Oh, man. And Timmy Riggs, otherwise known as Matt Dillon from Something About Mary. Yeah, no, we don't have time.
Good.
We're going to get you out of here to your reception. We're gonna make it. Okay, let's start the clock. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Jesse, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
You are.
How are you, sir?
Good, but I tell you what, that beard is special.
That hair is special.
Thank you.
I tried to grow Jesus hair a few years ago, and my wife just said it was too bushy. I didn't get to that stage.
Well, I appreciate that. Flattery will always get you somewhere. You love to talk about time, freedom. And I love this because, I'm a big freedom guy. I think everybody just wants to be free. At the end of the day, we want to be free, however we want to couch that. You say financial freedom creates time freedom.
Correct.
How?
Financial freedom and time freedom, I believe, go hand in hand. And if you have one and not the other, then it's the one that you have is irrelevant. Financial freedom for me and my wife meant we paid our house off at 33 and 34, hit baby step 7, and 8 weeks later she says, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. And we said, okay. So that was time freedom. Time freedom for me is running my own business and setting a schedule that other people think looks insane. Tim Mann, who works here at Ramsey Solutions, says I have Dave hours because I don't work on Fridays.
I love that.
And that's time freedom as a 35-year-old running my own business, working 4 days a week. As an entrepreneur, we all work more than 4 days a week. But those are my office hours. Time freedom also allows me to block off when I get an invitation to an event like this to say, I'm blocking that off my calendar. No clients can reach me that week. I'm going, right? That only works if we have financial freedom and there's margin in the budget. Time freedom, financial freedom give us options. This last summer, we had the opportunity to take our entire team. We have a crepe shop. We took our entire team to Paris this summer. We just closed the shop for a week. And that's what freedom gives us the options to do. And I'm bragging more on my wife than myself for sure with that. But time freedom, financial freedom, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
If I have all the time in the world and I have no money, then I can't go do anything. If I have all the money in the world and I have no time, then that doesn't serve my family well.
Right.
So freedom has become one of our family's core values.
Love that. Bernadette, you have to like that message, don't you? Yeah, that's good. I like that too. I absolutely believe that's absolutely right. You're in charge of your life when you're not having to rely on anybody else.
Right.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Right. Do you think that if we polled Americans on the street today, we went out and you gave that little spiel because I thought it was a great spiel, and I had them watch that on an iPad. How many out of 10 people on the street do you think would say, I think I could get there?
That's tough. I would, if I were to put a number on it, I'd say maybe 30%.
Yeah, 3 out of 10 people.
I think 3 out of 10 people have enough of the mindset to think, oh, I can do that. Maybe not in the same time frame, maybe not at the same age, maybe whatever that is, but I can be free. But the seed has to be planted. I also go to high schools and talk to kids in high schools about how and why to go to their further education, whether it's trade school, college, master's degree, why to do it debt-free. And I show them with an investment calculator just, hey, if you make 8%, 10%, 20%, and just invest the average student loan, how many millions that is at retirement.
Yeah.
Right? Or at retirement age, because I like...
Blows their mind.
Correct. And they say, why haven't we heard this before?
Right.
Right? And as a financial coach, finance, business, and career coach, I get the opportunity to help people get to that mindset.
Yeah.
That's why I say 3% as I was thinking through my client list.
Right.
I believe that these guys are coaches as well, who are also working in the mindset space, the financial space. I believe that we have a lot of work ahead of us, but I believe that people are ready to.
Yeah, and I want to ask you that, Teddy. He said something, and I want you to weigh in here. I think he's right. Why haven't we, as future generations, we're all responsible, why haven't we taught young people what he's talking about?
Well,
why?
I would like to start off. Thank you for having us here. And I look up to all three of y'all. The fangirl inside of me is like excited.
Okay.
But so when it comes to reaching young people, I mean, we heard it earlier today. Like a lot of the states don't even have personal finance as a requirement for graduation. I'm blessed that Texas does, and I got some of mine at a college level, which is really great. But the internet is where most people are getting their information. YouTube University, TikTok Academy, whatever, that you have all this information at your fingertips, but like, why is there such a lack of knowledge? Why is there such a lack of connection to that in a way that's meaningful, right? And then at like Ramsey Solutions, y'all do a wonderful job with just reaching people in those pain points, reaching people like who've made the mistakes so that they can pass that on to their kids. In the family unit, and we hear it all the time, having that strong family unit so the parents can pass that on, or being mentors. Jesse here is a great mentor of mine, and being able to give that relationally, it doesn't always have to happen in the academic setting. So just connecting to that level.
It feels like we need more stories. You know, it feels like what we're competing against is TikTok and Instagram and the get-rich-quick schemes. But, Timmy, you've paid off $126,000 of student loan debt on a pastor's salary. I'm a pastor's kid. That's not a lot of money. I just know that. And we know from the Ramsey Solutions Millionaire Study, the third largest group of net worth millionaires in the United States are teachers. So it can be done, but we just don't tell enough stories. True or false?
Definitely. I think we see a false reality. I think you hop on Instagram, you hop on TikTok, you see all these gurus, they're doing things that just feel almost like they, you know, won the lottery, and then they're promising that you can get there too, right? And it's like, okay, but that's not a good story, and that's not even a real story. Instead, it's a story of, hey, how can we find fulfillment and peace in real life, not just living outside, you know, this wannabe there somewhere to get there, right? And so I think that comes down to teaching them along the way of, hey, where do we really want to go? What's the vision and aim that you have for your life? Because we've seen people who've created true peace, true fulfillment in their lives. We hear the stories every day on Ramsey, and that's part of the reason we keep coming back to hear the same questions being asked, because we're excited about, we do believe there is a real reality where you can have financial peace without having a private jet, right, to make you happy.
You know, I agree we've got to teach, and there's more of that to be done. But I'm going to ask all three of you to weigh in on this, and it's a human behavior question. So all opinions are welcome. There's an old phrase, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We can teach this stuff. How many out of 10 people, if they're all taught the same financial principles, sound financial principles, how many of them will actually do it? I didn't say get it, but actually do it. What do you say? Down the line, start with you.
Yeah.
How many out of 10?
That's interesting.
Based on your experience.
Based on my experience, if you're talking FPU, probably 50-50. If you're talking coaching, because they've invested more, 70 to 80%. In my opinion. However, with that stories, like, we have to demonstrate stories and let people know that delayed gratification is not denied gratification.
Right.
And so it's not saying no forever, it's saying not right now.
Teddy, what do you think? What's the number out of 10 people?
I would say about 7 or 8 people out of 10, because the problem that we have isn't a lack of information by any means. It's, are we going to take that information, really let it sink into our soul, and then do something with it? Because building wealth is not complicated, right? Earn more, save more, don't spend as much. But like, what is that barrier that keeps us from doing the things we need to do and we know we need to do? It's a lot of stuff, a lot of baggage that a lot of us don't want to look at, right? Looking at the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
I was raised this way, putting that ownership onto someone else. And honestly, that humility of saying, I am the problem, is hard. It's a big pill to swallow.
Yeah, this feels like that's the big one to get over. Timmy, what do you say?
I have a men's group that I encouraged every single guy to take an ice bath at their house before we met for this retreat. And we get there, only a couple of them did, and there was about 10 of us. When we all did it together, every single guy did it. And so I think that if you're doing it by yourself, and it really depends on what the context is of your life, 1 or 2 people are going to do it. If you're doing it with people that are saying, hey, we're going the same direction, we're thinking a lot alike, we're going to encourage each other, keep each other accountable, then you got a really high chance to hit that 7 to even 10, I believe. So it just depends on your context. Make sure you're around the people that make you better.
Yeah. I got an idea, Katie. Katie, right? Yes? What is it? Sorry. I'm so sorry. All these people. I think we got to do some brain mapping and combine it with the financial teaching so they go, this is your barrier. Doesn't that seem to make sense? I'm not the smartest person ever, so that's why I'm asking. I don't know. I think we should be doing that. Because to this whole behavior thing, it's fascinating. All right, got to wrap up. Real quick feedback because we're going to get you guys to reception on time. Really good job, all three of you. Really good job. I put you in a position, this panel, because everything's different, put you in a position where I wanted to hear your opinion and less about knowledge, but just what do you think? And you rolled with that really well. So good job. Give them some love.